Okay, let's get the mic working. Nope, mic isn't working. Okay, microphone. Okay, microphone. Microphone. No, I don't want to use my terrible headset mic. I want to use my microphone. Oh, Christ, my stomach. There it is. Okay, got Audacity. All right, microphone. Test, test. Okay, that's good. It's picking up my microphone, I think, but why is this not why is Audacity, Streamlabs, not picking up my actual mic? Huh. Come on, what's going on here? Oh. There we go. That's better. Okay. Okay, I gotta go live now. Click. All right. 1, 2, 3. Metal Cardbots Taki. Okay, we're good. So, turn off info for now. Oh, let's get GIF turned off. Oh shoot, I forgot. I haven't plugged in my webcam. Get in there. Get in there. That is the right port, right? No, it is not. And I smacked it with my elbow. All right. Let's change the music. Way too loud. Why is it so loud? Okay. And can I also get my webcam working now? There we go. Let's get a better, and we'll get a better position in just a moment. Okay. Is that everything? No, I gotta let people know I've gone live. I had to. Jeez, the stream. I was ready. I'll tell you what happened. I was ready to stream, ready to go, but suddenly, just did not feel so good. Had to leave, but I'm back now. Okay. Let people on my server know I've gone live. And I gotta let people on my Twitter know I've gone live. Okay. All right, let's do this. And, oh, no. We got tangles. Ah. Nothing worse than getting your shit tangled. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. Okay. Okay, open up that. That's looking pretty good. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this. Let's do this. Hey, yo, welcome to the Uncle Show, where today we're taking a look at two different figures. But first up, today we are looking at the Metal Cardbots Deluxe class. Is that what they call it? I don't know. Tachy, which, oh boy, this has been a figure that a lot of people have been talking about. Anyhow, move aside, little rotating lazy Susan. We will talk about you soon. So, music's a hot to it, man. Hello, D6. Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit. That's better. Anyhow, so, Metal Cardbots Taki. So, to kind of give some backstory, I've recently gotten into Metal Cardbots recently. I have a couple figures now, and yeah, no, they've been great. You can definitely see why everyone's been hyping them up. But Tachy was kind of the one that I know a lot of people have been really excited for, because, well, it's a female transformer, and those can be very, well, hit or miss, let's just say. Hit or miss. I guess she never missed. And, well, here she is, looking quite lovely. Yeah, this thing looks fantastic. Oh my God. So, yeah, there's been a lot that's been said about the design. So one of the things that it does differently from Transformers is that all the car mode kibble, a lot of the car mode kibble they've been trying to integrate it more onto the legs, which I think is a great idea. And of course, for one, hold on. Let me make sure I'm on the right. Yeah, we are. Okay, we're good. One, thick thighs save lives, and two, it means that there's more of it integrated into the transformation, and it's gotta be said, it is a really appealing design. And what we're going to be doing today is I am planning a review of this thing later on, and I just want to get some footage of it in action. And so just like a lot of poses, because this thing is insanely posable, but like you would not believe. Okay, so gonna need, that works. Yeah. Essentially how this stream is going to work is it's going to be a little different. Normally I build like model kits and the like, but for this one it's going to be a lot of me posing around, showing off a lot of the stuff. And of course, also, as always, any super chats will be featured in the eventual videos. So please do keep that in mind. Now then, this design is really nice. And something else you might have noticed is that there is a backpack, and it is a big one, but it's not obnoxiously big. In fact, there is a lot of stylization going on, which I do really like. while it is a big backpack, it's not, you know, something like, what's a good example? Like RC. Let me get an RC actually. Maybe for comparison. As well as some other some other figures. Thundercracker. We get Minerva. Where's Sterling? She's there. She is. And there we go. Okay, got some more figures for some good old-fashioned comparison. Oh, careful. All right, so, like, damn it. Okay, good. Like, if you want to do like a solid backpack comparison, here is Thrilling 30 RC, and yeah, comparatively so, that's a lot more organized, and also feels a lot more fitting to the character. Because the thing is, you know, well, okay, then have a nap. Thing is, you know, RC isn't supposed to be, you know, have like this big bulky backpack. It feels kind of unfitting for her. Whereas for Tachy, it feels oddly nice. KG, I will RC you later. Gotta sleep and not stay up. Just want to hang out. All right, it's all good. And there's a kind of an unfair stereotype about sort of female Transformers and backpacks. Like, yeah, there are bad ones, but like, you know, Minerva here, I think that's totally a fine backpack for how it works, and a lot of her does still become the car. Or what's another good one? In the case of Prime RC, how they kind of had to shove a lot there, just because how else are you going to make this bonkers design work? Look. And again, and sometimes even backpacks can add a little bit of presence. Like, you know, here's, like for Planeformers with 86 Thundercracker here, you know. Without the wing backpack, it'd look a little off. And, well, with Thundercracker, I think he has a much worse backpack than that. So, there you go. But, the thing is, of course, and again, she's meant to look very sporty. And the thing is, the way the backpack works is completely optional. So, although you've probably seen on, I'm actually going to turn off my fan for this one because I think we're good on heat. You've probably seen on renders these. So these are part of the assembly. How did it go? Oh, like this. I think like this, right? Right? Hold on. Do I get that wrong? Ah, that's right. I had to rotate in the pause. My bad. So yeah, you just click that in. And then you can just click that in, and there you go. Oh, that's kind of how she does it in the show. And even then, like, yeah, that is a little bit extra, but it still looks overall fine. And the thing is, well, okay then. And the thing is, these are actually weapons, as we'll demonstrate later. So they're kind of a little bit more optional for keeping them on and off. In fact, why don't I show you guys? because the way these weapons work is actually pretty cool. So you take these out, rotate the paw, and if you look closely at the paw, I don't know if you can see that. There you go. If you look closely, the paws actually extend as you bring them out. That's really cool. And then you just rotate the hands up, and there's a little tab. You can connect them in. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky, so I think they want you to rotate the wrist a little to do it. Can I? Yeah, no. So we'll do that. Connect it up. Canon, connect. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes the connection isn't exactly the best. But I do think, but once you see kind of how the overall weapon works, it is gonna be super cool. So we already got these kind of claws, which that's cool already, but we're not done. So I'm gonna leave her down there for a sec because we're gonna bring out the card, the eponymous metal card. Are we focused? Yes. So you just take that off, and now, how do I? How did these disconnect? I'm trying to remember. Uh-oh. Ah, there we go. So you rotate this, you bring down the foot somehow. No, you don't. You actually have to rotate it like that. And then you got a little heel there. So let's do that again. Ratcheted, by the way, which is nuts for an accessory. Okay, so extend that. I think you also have to extend this too. And then what you want to do, get the feet as straight as you can and dip them down a little bit, not too far down, not too far up, because the way the connection works, connect the foot in, and then you just clamp this on. I think this is actually, is this too high up, actually? No, it's not. Okay, good. I could also check the manual, but this is such a simple figure that I don't know if I need the manual or not, so. Okay. There we go. And then, I thought you ripped off the feet for a sec. No, that's the funny thing. And then we're going to refocus. And then, final step. Final step, actually, let me check something real quick. How are we on temperature? Pretty good, but I will put back the thing. And then, final step, you just flick down that and you got a battle mask. And that looks so cool. That is a really cool design, like, and use of armor. One of my favorite kind of accessories for excuse me, I'm so sorry about that, for any kind of Transformer, and it's ever. And it just baffles me that that thing at its MSRP, half the price. Half the price. That's insane. Like, Like, this is a really good figure, but still crazy. Absolutely crazy. Move aside Megatron. Then, oh, so yeah, really cool kind of a design. And yes, it is articulated. Oh, wait, hold on, I should record that. And yes, it is articulated even, yeah, even with all this armor bits stuff on, which is really nice. I'm gonna take it back off for now, just because I want to show off the rest of the articulation. Because the thing is, this thing still has insane articulation that I need to show off. So let me clear these out for now. We're gonna use them for the a lot of this for the transformation in a bit, though. Okay, so clear out the card. It is funny. I do find it funny how the show's called Metal Cardbot, yet the cards don't play that important of a role in the actual transformation, if you think about it. Oh, isn't that kind of crazy? All right, so that is too short. Hope you like. All right, let's do this. Much better. And are we in focus? Yeah, we are. All right, so articulation. We have a nice little ball jointed head with some really good looking forward. She can motorboat herself and decent looking up. Arms go all the way 360. They can T-pose. Elbows go a little bit more than 90. Wrists are on ball joints, which is nuts. That's meaning that they have a really good range of movement. Probably one of the craziest bits for the articulation, a arching back. And they still put like a lot of armor underneath too, so that it looks a lot more seamless. That's like third-party stuff. That's really cool. I do wish there was a way to kind of crunch forward, but you know, that's something you don't get all the time anyway. So here we go. A waist swivel that's on a ratchet, like a very soft ratchet, but a ratchet nonetheless. In fact, the arms are on ratchets too. And the waist is on a soft ratchet, which is nuts for, again, a deluxe. Tail, it's on a hinge, it goes up and down, and the rest of the tail's also on a hinge. I get why it's not on a ball joint for the transformation, but I wish it was on a ball joint. Ratcheted legs go back and forth really nicely. Armor does get in the way of the split, so just be wary of that as you're sort of moving it around. Knees are double bending. Double bend at the knees. Look at that. Oh my God, this thing is so cool. And then there is rotation at the foot. And there's a ratchet at the foot too. So going back really far, go up a bit, and a little bit of an ankle pivot. So yeah, articulation is nuts on this thing, especially for, again, the equivalent of a deluxe figure, which is so nutty. All right. Okay, now comes a time when we're gonna do some poses. Uh-oh, we're overheating. We are overheating a little bit. That ain't good. That ain't good. I'm gonna let my camera cool off for a bit, and then we'll do some more articulation tests. In the meantime, I'm gonna take a break, and what I want you guys to do is suggest some poses. suggest some poses for this lady, and we'll do them. And like I said, this is also a double review, so I'll show who else we got today as well. So just you guys just start planning out some poses, and we will do them. Anyhow, I'm also gonna have myself a little bit of a drink. Oh, Coke Zero, you disgusting drink, but trying to lose weight. Not fun, but it's gotta be done. Okay, temperature's starting to cool down a little bit. That's good. In other news, I've also got some more. I got a lot more Gundam, more model kits I want to review. So I'm thinking, just because I want to space them out, I think for like the next couple of week streams, what it's gonna do is like 1 week it'll be a model kit, and then the next week it'll be like sort of a much more normal figure. Then back to model kit, and then normal figure after a week. So just to kind of space them out, because I got a lot, and I kind of want to save my money a little bit. Excuse me, my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, otherwise, pretty dang good. Anything I wanna, actually, I should put that out. I'm hoping to have videos starting up again by next week. On Wednesday. There might be a delay, but I think by next Wednesday, I should be able to have reviews back in order. I have 4 in what I like to call the fine cut stage, where basically it's kind of the point where they're, almost ready to go, but not quite. They need that je ne sais quoi, that little bit of an extra touch. Excuse me. Ugh. I can't imagine what a belch sounds like with this. It's right up against my throat. It must sound disgusting. I am so sorry. But I keep drinking it. When I do size comparisons, I should bring in Cheetor or something, just for a bit of fun. Oh. And once again, excuse me, any and all super chats will be featured in the video. They help support the channel, and yeah, any super chats will be very, very much appreciated. All right, so I think my camera's cooled down for a bit. Let's do this. All right, how are we on temperature? Good enough. Excuse me. All right. How are we liking the new mat, by the way? My wife suggested that just because I use I make model kits, and so many of the parts are black, I should use like a white model kit to make it easier to see for myself, which I actually think that's a good idea. Anyhow, let's do some transformations. Well, let's start out with my usual. Let's get a dab in. And to be fair, this figure can dab incredibly well. Oh, which It's not a sentence I can say every day, but oh, that's such, but like, look at the expression on there. There. Oh. Okay, let's pan around. Okay. All right. What else? Since she is a kitty, a little cat girl, let's do like a cat, like oh no, it's not on a hinge. It's actually on a dumbbell joint. My bad. And let's do the Jacko pose. Or something similar. Oh, can she bounce on her toes, actually? She can. Oh, this is... Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is cool. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. Just want to note how like that's ass. Anyways, let's do like a kind of like a pinup pose. Why not? Oh, again, she just takes a pose like no problem. That's a good cat right there. Okay, I shouldn't do all like sexy poses, should I? I need to come up with like non-sexy poses. Oh what the hell, one more. What's wrong, Jimmy? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong, Jimmy Coon? Are you looking at my Kibbley bits? I'm like 5 years old. Oh, god dang. But that does show how good the articulation. Oh, wait, let's do some actually like cool poses now. I'm so sorry. Let's do a one-legged pose actually. Can we do a one-legged like pose with this? I don't know if we could just because. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Just because I don't know if the feet are balanced enough. Yeah, it feels like we can though. That's the thing. Okay, I got an idea. Oh, we got there. One-legged, we got there. Cool. Oh, you know what? I got a great idea. Let's do brother. Yeah, let's do like let's do like a cool little wrestler. Hey, cool little wrestler pose. Oh, Shawn Michaels, baby. You know what? It's Korean. Can we get like a taekwondo, like high leg kick in? Oh, we might. Oh, we might. Let's actually put the crunching back. Oh my God, I think we can. I think we just about can. I think you might need a stand for this one. We almost are there. Oh, the music, the timing of the music. Oh, that was funny. Okay, good. We got there. We got there. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. The articulation on this thing is so good. Any other pose suggestions? Anything? Come on, chat. We're showing off this thing's posings. We got viewers in here. I see you. Come on. What are some good ones? Let's see. You know what? I have a very stupid idea. If I can get it to work. Yeah. Almost. I was trying to do like the Russian kick dance. What's another good one? Oh, actually, I got a great idea. I want to see if I can get this to work. Can we? Oh my God. We got handstand. We got a little. Oh, that is. How? What? Oh, the Jacko pose from Chaffee. I will do that in just a minute. But yeah, there it is. Little goofy handstand. Jacko pose. Also, how you doing, Chaffee? Hope you're doing well. We kind of did something like the Jacko pose, but that was earlier, but fuck it, I'll do it again. Okay, so curl it down. Let's get the tail like this, nice and out of the way. I think, can I get the legs to go even more? Yes, I think just about. You will work with me, legs. There you go. I do wish that I'm gonna tilt the head a little bit, just cause otherwise. There you go. Just woke up, felt like doing some bribery. But yeah, there you go, a little Jacko pose for you. What a fucking cool thing. Uh-oh. Oh, real quick, I got one last pose I wanna do real quick, because they actually did this one in the show. Oh, they actually did like the did this. They actually did that, which that's just great. Oh, that's just great. Oh, this figure is so good. No, this figure is amazing. Like, legit. Like, legit really good. Okay, I'm gonna turn off camera. Let's give it a chance to cool off, and then we'll do a good old-fashioned... and then we'll do a good old-fashioned transformation. But no. So this thing just has insane articulation. Definitely the best articulated metal Cardbot I've come across. Do you know how good this thing is? The only thing it doesn't have that I'm really sad it doesn't have is an ab crunch. And think about that. Ab crunches are already uncommon on like even some higher end figures. So that's good. Price too. Yeah, no. If you can get this for its intended MSRP, this is so worth it. Or AliExpress. Go for AliExpress, I think. Also, you can get the tail looking a little... Anyways. No, really nice figure. Just super expressive, super nice. Pretty solid backpack management, and just like the fact that like bits of the backpack become weapons. I think they should do that for Transformers. Because like I like throwing 30 RC still, but like it'd be nice if like backpack would become like a shield, and maybe like some of the other bits could become like guns or something. But the fact of the matter is, I just think it's a little bit of waste of... And I mean like a decent looking shield, not like, Earthrise, Cliff Jumper, and Bumblebee where... actually, wait, I have Bumblebee on hand for later in the stream. Where like the shield is basically the entire back of the car. Or I mean like actual... Yeah, that's giving it use. That's giving it use. I don't mind parts forming if it's like for something like weapons, or it's somewhere where it absolutely cannot be done without it, Because like for weapons, weapons it's a little bit different. And again, there is something to be said about these two. Which one's the more expensive one? And I love this figure. I love the SS86 Leader Megatron. It's a great figure. It's really damn good, but at the same time, there are times when you gotta look at the pricing and go, oh no. So, wonderful little figure. Okay. I also, Chaffee, you missed it earlier, but something I said on stream is new reviews are coming out by next Wednesday, and also, hopefully, and also, random, and also here, how I'm gonna do this from here on out is like, 1 week will be dedicated to model kit, and then another week will be dedicated to like a non-model kit Transformers. So. For here in Canada, they go for the same price. Are you? Wow. So, yeah. I got a couple more model kits. Like, I kind of got this stack. Actually, I might do like some more model kit streams coming up. Two in particular. I'm kind of intrigued about doing. Why am I going there? There I am. Hello. Hey, Bix. Hope you're doing well. We're just letting the camera cool off. It should be ready in just a minute. I got Byway Sentinel Prime. Oh, Byway figures. I have one of those. I have the movie Optimus Prime one, which I do like, but I'm also terrified to transform it sometimes just because
it just because of some of the issues. But that being said, it does look gorgeous. Although I will say the dramatic capture of movie primes are. I'd recommend the high-grade Gundam Witch from Mercury line. Some small, simple masterpieces. Funny you say that. That's one of the ones I got. I got a gift card from Amazon, and it was on sale for like 17 bucks, 17 or 15 bucks. So I was like, you know what? I know nothing from Witch of Mercury. Also, another note, something else I'm planning on starting with another review later on. I'm going to watch a little bit of the show from each figure I look at. So, for example, with Witch of Mercury, I'm going to watch a little bit. I have one for Gundam Build Fighters, going to watch a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going to be, I'm going to, I don't know. It feels weird to be looking at, like with Gundam, I've only ever seen full episodes of SD Gundam Force. That feels wrong. So I'm actually planning on watching the original show. So as far as model kits, I got backed up. I got Gundam Ariel, MS Omega G-Cux, the Mrs. Lohang Rinko, and I also got 2 Super Sentai Bond SMP kits. I might do. I'm debating which one I'll do next time. I kind of want to do the Miss Rinko one because I've heard that one is not the best, but that's honestly what's got me so curious about it. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll figure that out soon enough. Anyhow, I think it's transformation time. Time to get the Toe Jam and Earl music, I think. Oh, loop. And nice thing is, this transformation is going to be very, very simple. So I don't gotta worry about too much about. I don't gotta worry too much about, like, you know, everything being a little bit more complicated. Why is it so dark? G-Cux, yeah, that thing is so strange of a build. And that's why I got it. It was A, cheap, B, weird. Sometimes it's good to go for something a little bit different. Alright. Why is everything so dark in here? Hold on. That's a little bit better, but not ideal. Okay. Tachy, stand you up straight, and let's pull up a little bit more so that we can have like a complete view. And also, let's get the camera a little more level. There we go, perfect. All right, so how did this transformation go? It's because this this transformation's actually remarkably a little bit more complex than you'd think. So we gotta take this bit out, and I think, yeah, we rotate that inward and then get that ready. And we actually have to use the ab crunch a lot to kind of get this into shape. No, we got to use the back crunch quite a bit to get this into shape. Should I get the manual? I might need the manual for this one. Hold on. Hold up. Manual! Okay, where is Metal Cardbots? That's Blast Train, that's other one. Tachy! Where are you, Tachy? Is that it? That might be it. No, that's for another one, a future review, and it's a good one. So don't want to spoil that. That's for other one, don't want to spoil that. And that's for... Where is it?
Help! Too many manuals!
You know what? I'll figure it out. I am big boy. Let me just get I'll just get a picture and see if I can work off of that. Okay. Okay, I see how the picture goes. So now I can kind of see what we got to do. All right, let's get this back in order. So I think what we want to do actually is put this in like that. That feels a lot more sensible. Let's get this tail out of the way. And then we bring this around. And oh yeah, we can connect the feet there. And then we can... And then we can bring this in like so. I think, and start collapsing the car in a little bit more. Yeah. And then and then I think, yeah, we can just shove in. Ah, that's how, okay. So I actually jumped the gun a little bit. We were actually supposed to connect these in like that, and that's how the tail integrates. That's actually pretty cool. Then I think we can tell how these are gonna go. So let's shrink those in, but we're not gonna apply them just yet. I think, I'm trying to remember how do arms. The arms, I do think the arms are like the one bit that were like a little bit crazy, and I'm trying to remember how to do them. I think, what's it like? No, actually, it is pretty nutty. You actually have to straighten them out and get like this attached on top. And then you connect this and you gotta rotate it out. And then you take this, fold it out, and that just forms the front of the car. Which, parts forming, yeah, but at the same time, it's a weapon. It's the weapon, I feel less bad about it, and also, once you do get it all hooked up and in there, my God, once you get it all in there, and also just make sure everything's connected. Ha ha! That's still cool. All right, Toe Jam and Earl, time to stop. Let's go back to Sims. All right. I'm sorry, but that is just such a cool car. I'm actually going to switch to autofocus for now. Focus on this. Yeah, no, that is such a cool car. Why is it not? Why is autofocus being... Why does it want to center on there? Oh my God. A nice Aston Martin style car. Yeah, that does kind of have that look of like very sleek. Or like some of the Mazda cars. It does look incredibly nice. Also, almost forgot, you also want to flick these down too. Make a little spoiler. Yeah, I think this is a really nice car mode.
just because while it is very stylized and very futuristic, there is something like I could actually see a car doing a design like this. It's amazing, and of course, it still looks like a coffin, but a lot less than Blue Cop did. I actually think this has a lot of personality, and I appreciate that, like, you know, a lot of car formers, you kind of know what to expect sometimes with them, and this does a nice job of, why is the brightness so low? This does a nice job of having a car mode that looks remarkably unique, and especially for its transformation. Because so many car transformers a lot of them are basically like the side swipe method. This guy, or girl, sorry, has a very unique feel. Oh, and I really appreciate this. Actually, a Korean car. The Genesis Coupe actually looks almost exactly like that. Really? Fair enough. Anyhow, let's get her back in order, because there. So yeah, this is such a good robot. Like, isn't my favorite metal Cardbot toy. Not to give away spoilers, but I do have another that I will live stream at some point, but at some point in the future, and but that's more akin to a set rather than a full, you know, one standalone robot. Whereas, you know, this is all on her own, and it works just spectacularly well. What a cool... No. So yeah, I think this is definitely my favorite standalone metal car. Well, no, I love Last Train. I just love the metal Cardbot line. There's so much to love about what metal Cardbot is doing, and I really hope Hasbro or whoever is taking notes on these things. And hopefully they get more popular, and hopefully they're available at more sellers soon, because I do really like them. Let's do one more. Any last minute pose suggestions? Any last minute super chats before we move on? I kind of feel like fuck it, you know? I felt like doing a pose like that. I don't know. Fair enough. All right. Yeah. All right. So we are. We're gonna let my camera have a little bit of a break while we get set up for the next figure we're looking at. Or rather, like, figures, because this is kind of one of those this is going to be one of those multi-figure kind of things. Nice. I'm also gonna get her armor back on, just because otherwise I got nowhere to put it. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are ready for the return of, like, actual reviews coming soon. I'm feeling really good about these new videos. They've been really, they feel a lot more like me. me, and I am, and less like I'm trying to be someone else, which is nice. Because that was a problem I had with some of my videos. I'm trying to, like, there were so many times when I was just trying too hard to be funny. And I kind of feel like, for me, a lot of my humor works better when it's just kind of coming naturally. But that's just me. There we go. All armored up. I'll probably have to film some more footage some other time, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm mostly here to it's more so about filming the rest. So let me get the thing set up. All right, next, you, and you. All right, I think we're just about ready to go. Camera back on. And there we go. God, they're so small, I need to zoom in order for... Go away, cable. There we go. All right, next. Person didn't alone. I'll read that in a bit. Hey, yo, I'm gonna record my intro reel here. Hey, yo, welcome to the Uncle Show, where today we got some bees. We've got bees. All right, so this is kind of a comparison video, or one of those like weird little kind of versus videos, I guess, because, well, in case you don't know, recently we got a new Bumblebee mold with the SS80, not SS86, Studio Series Devastation Bumblebee. And it got me thinking, which is the best Bumblebee? Hey, and could I get a little zoom in there? There we go. Just because Bumblebee is a character that, you know, he's been around a lot, but he's kind of one of those characters that's hard to get right. He essentially turned from a robot that was clearly intended to be a full Volkswagen Beetle, but instead transforms into like a weird chipified version. Because you know what? I need to. Let me go get some more bees. Get more bees. I need this bee, and I need this bee. I just need bees. Lots of bees. I personally did enjoy a lot of your videos. Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from. Yeah, sometimes unintentional humor is a lot better. Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's why I'm doing more so this. Because also, scripting way too much honestly gets kind of exhausting after a while. So I kind of prefer like this much more. So I kind of prefer this style where a lot of my notes kind of come from like the streams. I think this works a lot better, and with like people interacting. And there's still scripted and editing jokes, but I wanted them to be a lot more, you know, natural. Anyhow, can we zoom in on this bee real quick? So yeah, here is like a G1 Bumblebee toy, albeit like, I forget, is this like one of those lines by Walmart or something, because it has like an actual face. So yeah, because the thing is with Bumblebee, he was never supposed to turn into a full-fledged Volkswagen Beetle. He was meant to turn into like a chibi-fied version, like those old penny racers, you know. Because Takara have a line called Chota Q, which you know are essentially chibified cars, chibified little penny racers. Can I get? Is this arm trapped forever? Bumblebee. There we go. Oh, so that's always been the tough part, especially for like his body has clearly been. My mic. Mike. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Anyways, so a lot of Bumblebees have been very much stylized, and so we're gonna look at three examples of Bumblebees where the goal was to kind of make it a little bit more kind of as close to the G1 model as possible. So for this comparison, hold on, let me do a little bit of the old zoom-ins. We got ourselves Earthrise Bumblebee, or rather Walmart Retro, or whatever it's called. SS86 Bumblebee, and finally, the recently released Devastation Bumblebee. Can you get a little bit closer, boy? There you go. Oh, so yeah, 3 different bees, all remarkably different. Who is the best one? Let's find out. So, first, we got the Earthrise Bee, and the Earthrise Bee, this is the Transformers Retro Edition, so it's got kind of a much more, of a sort of G1 inspired color scheme, you know, black, pure, jet black, minimal kind of brighter colors. His head has no eyes, which I'm not a fan of. It's weird. Actually, zoom in on that head. It does kind of annoy me that for Transformer Retro, they went with this head sculpt when, of course, on the original toy, you know, it had no face. It had like that little battle mask. So what's going on there? Yeah. And there we go. Zoom in. Uh-oh. Camera. Gummy plastic almost. It has lower quality version than other version of the mold. Yeah, that's the other thing. So uh-oh. Camera's gonna die in a little bit. We're overheating. So that's another thing with this guy. He is very much made from Earthrise, which I'm not a fan of a lot of the plastic quality of Earthrise, but he was still in that era. And I will say it's a much chunkier bee. He looks much more bulby and bulbous. Bulby and bulbous. That's a new word. Okay, camera's about to die, so I'm gonna have to do that real quick. But that gives me the time to get someone else. You get over here. Yeah, gummy plastic. Interesting words there, but oddly enough, kind of fitting for kind of one of the key issues with Mr. B. You know what? Just so that we're not going dead air. Let's fit the screen and talk about this. There we go. So yeah, I mean, on paper it looks the part, but there is something about that shine is almost knockoff levels compared to the other. Yeah, it's a very shiny plastic, which can look good. I actually think shinier plastic can look good, depending on the figure. Like for Tachy, I think the shine really fits, and also. But for this, there is something a little bit weirdly like, not quite right. All right. And speaking of not quite right,
We got to address that, don't we? We got to address the backpack, which we will. Also, you know, there's also this annoying little tabby there that looks slightly odd. I don't mind pegs and tabs, but there is something about the way the Earthrise mold. In fact, I'll be honest here. I don't mind this mold, but I like it more as Cliff Jumper. Something about Cliff Jumper just looks way better. I think like the short, bulky kind of aesthetic fits Cliff Jumper a lot more. Excuse me. Or it's less pronounced, but it works. If done right, it looks Bumblebee. Oh, he has holes. Yeah, he's got holes, which Cliff does too. But it is a little bit. It is a little bit frustrating that. So let's talk about. Let's address the backpack now. And actually, while we're at it, let's just quickly show off Cliff Jumper. Yeah, I like this mold a lot better when it's Cliff Jumper and less so Bumblebee. And yeah, the backpack. It was bad on Cliff Jumper, but like essentially, their excuse for this is that, you know, it's supposed to be a shield and it looks terrible. And also, without the backpack, that just looks so wrong. So yeah, no, it just... Earthrise had a lot of parts forming, and this isn't even the worst example. That RC mold, my God. But yeah, he looks too bulbous for Bumblebee. Fat bee. And like the thing is, a rounder, kind of chunkier bee can work, but not this. This looks a lot more kind of aggressive, which does not fit bee. Meanwhile, in comparison, SS86. So SS86, I think in a lot of ways, does a much better job at kind of making the Bumblebee a lot skinnier. Face is significantly better. He kind of has like a little bit of like a pudgy, pouty face. The colors are more accurate, but now there are new problems. For one, the backpack, while it's not parts forming, is kind of worse. It looks a lot more hunchback now, which is itself a big problem. The feet are less big, which is in some ways good, but now you all have this weird, much more angular chest, which, well, we'll see why they did it like that, but it feels weird. Like, it feels like elements are kind of clashing. And I've heard that they made the chest like this to make hubcap or was it bumper? One of the two. But I feel like Bumblebee should be priority 1 with this kind of mold. But I do like this one more. I do still like this one more, but it is not the best mold of the three, like over just from visual design. Because then you have the SS86, which obviously much different design aesthetic. This is from like the design aesthetic where, you know, plastic's a lot more minimal. You know, the same design school of thought as the SS86 Thundercracker, but I think it works so much better on Bumblebee than even Thundercracker. While something about him looking a lot cleaner fits more, the proportions are so much better. Like, they're still pungy and round, but now a lot more streamlined. The head sculpt is my favorite. He looks very cute. Some people are going to be put off by it's not the silver, but I don't mind it. The backpack, perfect. That's like actually like perfect level of backpack. Not overdone, not too big. You even kind of have that weird little tire on this back, like the original model. And obviously, it's not his original, you know, animation car mode, but it does look the best. Also, surprisingly, he is the tallest of the three, which is interesting. I don't mind Tiny Bee, but also, again, I think for Earthrise, those proportions work better. Oh my God, look at my fingers. Earthrise proportions work better on Cliffjumper. And this is like maybe even a little too small. That's just right.
That's just right for me. Especially like with the way the arms and legs look. This is just like perfect. And as Chaffee pointed out in chat, it takes some design notes from what is my personal favorite Bumblebee. Hold on, let me zoom in. Let me focus. As pointed out, it takes some design notes from what is my personal favorite Bumblebee, the Classics Bumblebee. I love the Classics Bee. Obviously a little bit dated, but this I still love it. I love the head sculpt. I love the way the transformation looks. I love the colors. I love this thing. And yes, I didn't get his jet ski and guns, so I gave him a little bit of an accessory of my own. I call it the Bumblebat. It's taken from like one of those old Jack Specific wrestling figures, I think, of Terry Funk. So, yeah, really nice. So, time for a camera cool off. I'm sorry this keeps happening, but comparison to I just needed the bat. No, it's the Terry Funk bat. I just it's kind of one of those things where in the original video I made on this guy, I gave it to him to kind of as like a placeholder because I didn't have like that jetpack, that jet ski jetpack thing, so I gave it to him. But honestly, I kept it just because it's funny. It's just funny, especially because he's got like a nice bigger face, like a much bigger face, and it fits perfectly in his hand too. So it just kind of did that. While we're waiting for my camera to cool off, that's good. I'm gonna transform this guy. Do I remember how to transform him off the top of my head? And it's kind of one of those transformations that's simple enough, but at the same time, I'm not the easiest. So I think I gotta get the arms in like this. And I gotta get the car windows like that. And I think I gotta, do I have to rotate the legs? I think. How did this go? Let's see. Yeah. I think this is one of those transformations where like where once you kind of figure it out, it's like so that's how we're doing it. So I just gotta find that point where it's like, that's how we're doing it. That's how we're doing it. Okay. So then we just, how did the arms go in? We get the seats up. That's so crazy to me. This is a transformer that has seats, which you do not get a lot of on Transformers. For obvious reasons. There's, no figures that come with it for the seats to really be of any use. But when it happens, it feels so good. Anyhow, there you go. Gotta handle peak on occasion. Yeah, exactly. Because that is such a good car. That's such a good car mode. Little Bumblebee peeking out the back always cracks me up. It's such a good little car mode. It's just a year older than me, than that Bumblebee. Yeah, I need to get a lot more of the Classics toys. They're usually pretty cheap, and because most people go for like the Henke ones. I don't care. So I'm gonna probably go for the Classics just because they're usually a lot cheaper. And there aren't that many of them. There's like, who do I still need? Jetfire, Grimlock.
I'm only going to go for original molds, by the way, real quick. So I just need Grimlock, Mirage, Jetfire, Grimlock, Mirage, Jetfire, Hot Rod. I need a Hot Rod. Did they make one for Prowl? No, they didn't. They made one for Universe 08. I have Blue Streak for Universe 08. Oh, I need Astro Train. That Astro Train is really good. Very different, but very, very cool. All right. I think we've cooled off a little bit. I think now we're gonna do articulation. We're gonna do articulation. I'm not gonna go too much in depth on stuff like accessories, just because there's a lot to color. It's mostly just like. Okay, so let's get Earthrise in or retro or whatever. Whatever this guy is, whatever you want to call him. So we're gonna do there we go. All right, so first we got a little bit of a ball jointed head. Not a particularly great one, actually. It can rotate a lot, which is nice, but can only look up that far, only look down that far. So not the best. Arms go up. Sorry. Ooh, my throat. Arms go up really nicely, though. That is surprising range of motion. Nice job. There is rotation there. Elbows do 90, and they go backwards. And there is, surprisingly, wrist swivel. Which is nice, but a bit odd for this figure. You got waist rotation. Doesn't feel the best, but it is there. He can do splits really nicely. Legs go back that far. You can go forward that far. All right, knees only go 90. I feel like they could have gone a little bit more, but whatever. And there is a wonderful ankle pivot. That is nice. There is like a really nice little ankle pivot. So not the best articulation, but it kind of gets the job done. I describe it as okay. Like, it's very standard Transformers articulation. Like, this is like, name me like the modern style of Transformers articulation and everything in it. It's that. SS-96, meanwhile, head is, quite frankly, even worse. He can no longer look up very far, but maybe he can look down a little bit better. Head still rotates. Arms still go out a little bit more than T-pose, so that's good. It's on a ball joint, so it can rotate around really nicely. There is rotation at the upper arm, which is a lot better, which is really nice, but not the smoothest. Elbows do not go 90. That's a bit of a bummer. You got a wrist swivel, which, again, nice to have. Not expected. There is waist rotation, but the backpack likes to kind of scrape against the sides a bit, which is annoying. Legs go 9. He can spread pretty well. Legs go up that far and go back that far, and again, you kind of get a little bit of clashing. Now, here's a weird point. The knees, if you try to do knees the normal way, you end up moving the foot down a bit. What you want to do is kind of hold the butt, and then you can get the knees going a little bit, which is a little awkward. Not quite a fan of it, but there you go. There's a 90s, literal, brick like a Lego head. You can also move the foot forward a bit like that if you want. That's an option. And there is technically an ankle pivot, but it feels awkward using it just because it's like the whole entire boot goes with it. Very odd. So in some ways he's better, but also worse in a lot of regards with the articulation.
Y86 doesn't have a 90-degree elbow bend. Yeah, no, it feels... Oh, wait, there we go. You just got to force it in. You got to force it in. Ah, that doesn't feel good. Don't like that. Then Devastation Bee. Head, absolutely perfect. Now, you got a lot more... You got a lot more tilted. You got a lot more looking down. A lot more looking down. And a lot more looking up. Holy crap. And of course, you know, spins around. That is such a nice, much nicer head. Oh, and he can also do like the little chicken thing if you want. That joint is so icky for those angles. Yeah, icky. That's a good word for SS86 articulation. Arms go a little bit more than a T-pose, which sort of nice, and still on a ball joint. And then the arms go back 90 and go forward 90, which is nice. No wrist swivel though. Sad, but not the end of the world. Waist rotation works so much better. There is still a bit of scrapage, but it feels a lot more workable. Legs, split, perfect splits. They go back that far and go forward that far. And the knees this time around are so much more sensible. Oh, you just pull them in, and they even kind of go back a little bit, but not quite 90. And due to the way the foot works, you can actually get a little bit more going on there, and it feels just so much more natural. And, okay, not the best ankle pivot, but it's there, and again, it looks a lot more natural this time around. Okay, so if I had to compare articulation, like rank them, I'd say so far, I will say though, it is easy to kind of get this guy in a position where he's kind of a little bit more lopsided. So just be aware of that. Oh, almost forgot. There is upper thigh rotation. My bad. In fact, this guy has it too. Oh, it is sticky. Why is it so sticky? Okay, yeah. So best, almost there, worst. So yeah, that is genuinely looks like hand candy. Not gonna lie. Yeah, no. I mean, he even looks like candy, to be fair. So very, very nice figure. In fact, so far that's the best. But of course, there's transformation coming up. But first, we gotta let my camera cool off again. But thankfully, we're gonna do that in a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to fit this back into screen. Plastic. Anyways, I accidentally stepped on Thundercracker. I'm sorry, Mr. Cracker. That's a sentence I didn't expect to say. All right, so there we go. Nice. But yeah, that's so far definitely think the Classics B is my first person. Well, so far it definitely seems like Devastation Bumblebee is in the lead so far, but that could all change, you know. I'm gonna get Bumblebee into like his little penny racer form, just because. Do I have another Bumblebee that makes for a nice little transformation bit while we're waiting? Let me see. I mean, I kind of do. It's not going to be the best. It's not going to be the best transformation, but I do have the revised Studio Series Volkswagen Bumblebee they did a while back. The only problem is do not remember how this guy's transformation goes in the slightest. So it's a lot of shell, isn't it? Though a whole lot of shell. So I should be able to figure it out. Okay, arms. I think go in like that. Yeah. And then I think do they go on the side like this? The head has to go somewhere, right? Where head go? Ah! Oh, that is so weird. This is such a very odd figure. I almost really like it, but I also, there's also a lot that I feel like is very, very flawed with it. Although, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm getting it. Okay, get the tire down. And then connect this inside. I think, how do I get, how do I, there we go, and then, things I do just to get like a little silly comparison in. Okay, and let me get this arm out of the way. Am I even doing this right? There's no waist articulation either, so. There's a little hinge. There's a little hinge here, and there goes the arm. Is there like a tab on the arms where they're supposed to go? You know what? Both arms fell off. I'm gonna take that as God telling me, just finish the robot. Don't. Okay. Come on. Here we get. We got clicky clack, clicky clack. The problem with like shell formers like this one is that like it's so hard to get like everything aligned just right. Do you know what I mean? This is like, shell formers don't have to suck, but it's when you have like stuff like this where it's like it really doesn't want to connect that I think are like when they're at their worst. Come on. Come on. Almost there. Damn it. Stop disconnecting. And this is the better one. The original like Bumblebee mold, if you guys remember, was like very early on in SS86, not SS86. Although, did the movie take place in 1986? There we go. Close enough. Okay, there we go. That'll do. That'll do. I am gonna make soy sauce glazed fried spam with egg and oh, that sounds good. Don't make me hungry. Kind of looks like the worst of the recent bees, and the 86 kind of looks like the worst of the recent bees. Not gonna lie, he just handles the script. It is one of those things where I don't think he's necessarily a bad figure, but it's just in comparison, and in hindsight, it is rough. Anyhow, let's get Toe Jam and Earl back on. Let's, because it is time to transform. And thankfully, these guys are, oh my god. Devsby is fucking dead. He's fucking dead. Someone killed him. Anyhow, so, let's transform these guys real quick. Okay, if there's anything I'm gonna give credit for the Earthrise Bee, for the transformation, is really nice and simple. You just pull that up, pull this around. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Earthrise technically has an app crunch. Almost forgot about that. Which, that is nice actually. Okay, and then we pull the arm, we rotate around, pull the arms back, and get this going. Do that again. Is this backwards? Or am I just an idiot? Oh, I gotta rotate the waist. Durr. I think. There we go. And then I think we rotate this, and then bring this around, and there should be a little connection part somewhere. Or rather, we bring this in, rotate the handle up, and then we just click that into place. Because, yeah, parts forming. And then we bring out the doors. Rotate out the wheels. And bring them together. And there you go. A little Volkswagen Beetle. I'll give my thoughts on that in just a bit. Now then, the 86B, by comparison, is weirdly complicated. So, we rotate in the head into his gut. Rotate that inward. And then, like the other one, you rotate the arms around. And then you bring that around. And I think, if I remember right, you kind of just sort of have to put the arms together like so and just kind of store them away like this. And oh, 86 technically has an app crunch too. Almost forgot. So technically speaking, both have app crunches, which is normally like, you know, a really cool bit of articulation, but in this case, you know, it comes at a cost of everything else. So then we bring these tabbies out, rotate them inward, and then here's the weird part. You kind of have to really maneuver these up, and it's not the best feeling process, I will be honest. And, yeah. And you
gotta kind of finagle it in there like that. Just gotta finagle it. And as you do, there's actually a little bit of automorphing in a weird way where it kind of all comes out like that, which is, I actually think that's kind of cool. So there we go. Connect it in. There we go. And there we go. That is B number dos. And finally, that says 86. So, rotate the wrists in, because this one's a little bit normal. Pull out the backpack and unfold everything, and I think we just rotate that in like so. Ah! Well, if you want to remove the backpack, that's all. Oopsies. Whoopsie. Okay, this is the one I've done the least so far as transformation, so please forgive me. If I remember, yes, there is a point where you have to disconnect it, and I'm trying to remember how that goes. Oh, wait, yes, you gotta undo the arms first, and then you can just rotate things around. That should work. So, in a way, there is an app crunch, but I wouldn't really count it. It's a lot more of, yeah. It's a lot more for a specific task. Ah! Okay, there we go. And then let's get the arms reoriented in. I think, yeah, actually, there is. Oh, and then we use these elbows to kind of reorientate the bead to be a lot more oriented like that. I love this song. And then we can bring that down and just connect it inward like this. And connect that down, and then we're gonna open the legs up and rotate out the feet, and then that same kind of process like the original, like the Classics one is back, which I think that's what they were trying to go for the 86 beat, but this one works so much better. Almost forgot. Take the kneecaps and take the knee pads and rotate them outward like that. Almost forgot that bit. Click them in. Click them in. Let's tap them together, and we should be able to just get it all in there. Which does not feel 100% the best, but once you get it in there, get in there, get in there. There we go. I just had to shove it out a little bit more. There we go. Once you get it in there we go. Make sure everything's tapped in. And there we go. All right, that's enough Toe Jam and Earl. Let's go. Let's compare our three little cars. So, here we go. Our three Bumblebee cars. All three. It's impressive how all three are remarkably different and all have their strengths and weaknesses. So, let's start with the Earthrise one, which I'm gonna move these back. Which the Earthrise one, I will say, does a phenomenal job at making like
an actual full-size Beetle. Yes, we did need a bit of parts for him, but this Beetle mode looks so good. But it's good. Like, and while it is a little too overly shiny, it's perfectly proportioned. I love they kept the one rear view mirror approach like on the original Volkswagen. It looks the part. Underside nice and clean, rolls really well. So you got and just for a little bit of comparison, here is next to movie Bumblebee. You can kind of see what they were aiming for, a little bit more realism. Although this one feels a little bit more stretched out to me, but that might just be. Studio 86, meanwhile, attempts to go for like that kind of scrunched up look of, you know, the G1 toy, and I guess more so the animation model. But while like the front looks good, the problem is I think it just looks too angular compared to the, well, there's something about it that looks wrong. There's also like a lot of ugly looking panel lining. I mean, it looks very overly angular. It doesn't feel cute like it's supposed to. Also, I don't know if you can see that, there's some really ugly color mismatching there, so that's great. A shame because I think, you know, going under balance. A shame because I think this is almost a really good car. In many ways, it is a good car mode. Rolls really well, but I will say, not my favorite. But Studio Series Devastation. This is, so the big problem with this one, obviously, it's not the G1 animation model. But, you know, and, well, like I said, it takes a lot from the classics Bumblebee. Get out of the way. Hey, Bumblebee. And in that regard, I think this, and I love that car. I think it looks really good. And in many respects, it gets it just right. And I don't actually mind these fists poking out. I think this still kind of works as exhaust. So that kind of works. The panel, there's no panel lining. The colors are right. There is the big hinge on the sides, but honestly, the hinge doesn't look too bad, actually. I think it actually still kind of works. Underside's nice and clean. And, you know, it captures the spirit of the G1 toy, which makes sense if you know classics. And it still rolls really well. Okay, maybe not as well. Hold on. I didn't have the arm press in all the way. Whee! Woo! 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 Alright, let camera cool off, and then I'm gonna just do some, like, miscellaneous shots for the last 10 minutes. Just gonna give it a little time to cool down. I'm actually gonna make like a bunch of I'm actually gonna make like just a whole squad of like Bumblebees, like it's a car show or something. I'm gonna do the Spider Brothers skates, so there's that, and then our fries, and then 86. 2019, and there we go. A lot of bees. Many bees. It's kind of funny, actually, as far as like black and yellow cars. We also got Tachy on side, who, you know, is rocking the black and yellow look. Black and yellow fast sports car look that Bumblebee would. Oh, and a bit of Cheeto too. So, yeah. Which one was your favorite? Personally, I'm going with Devastation. No surprise, based on my favorite, like, Transformers. Based on my favorite, like, Bumblebee design, or car design. I love that classics toy, and it just feels the best. It's not the best articulate. I think some of the best articulation, I think, goes to the Earthrise one, because you got that ab crunch, you got rotating wrists, and in many ways it still feels super smooth. But I will say SS86 does feel a little bit nicer to play with. I think
Devastation also has, in my opinion, the best transformation, and definitely the best overall car mode of the three. Although technically Earthrise is the best. Technically, I'd say Earthrise is like the best Volkswagen car mode, but it got there by cheating. So, yeah. I know there's like a third-party add-on that kind of makes it so that the back is on a hinge, so to make it feel less parts for me, but that just feels really petty. At that point, I'd rather have, do I look, oh yeah. I think I'll keep my webcam there from here on out, just because, so, I'm actually going to maneuver my lights, though, a little bit. Alright. Alright, there we go. Let's do like a dramatic, like, cars kind of shot. Yeah, because, yeah, it is pretty wild how many, just like, how Bumblebee is kind of like, I'd say like, how Bumblebee is like such an important character, but at the same time, I definitely think of them. Can I bounce them? This is so. Yeah. I will say also, looking at the colors, I definitely think Earthrise has like the worst shade of yellow. Just like it's a very kind of dead yellow. But yeah, I'm definitely of the opinion the Devastation one is the best one. It's one of those things where it's like, I wonder why it wasn't like possible back when sort of the Studio Series 86B was done, like. Because honestly, with the slightest modifications, it would have been like the perfect 86 Bumblebee. And I'm gonna put like, I think I'm definitely gonna have the Devastation Bumblebee serve as, you know, the Bumblebee in my G1 collection. Just because even though it's, you know, not quite the original, it's definitely still, no, it's evocative of the character. It feels really nice. Oh, yeah. Whereas the other two, you know, Earthrise, I like it better as Cliff Jumper. And for 86, there was always just something not quite right. Even before Devastation Bumblebee came out, I remember thinking, it's not quite right with this guy. And I think that's why, like, you know, because 86 Bumblebee was like, even though he was one of those like A-level figures where, you know, they make a million of them, which I don't like that practice. I understand it, I get it, but I think it is a very flawed logic approach. I can tell you, they just immensely overstocked on Bumblebees and kind of overestimated how popular that figure was. Would be, rather. Would be. Pun not intended. Whereas, I think it says something where for the 86B, for the Devastation Bumblebee, I think it says a lot to how good the figure is, that I had to
I've kind of had to hunt him down through going to like a specialty toy shop, even though these things, he's kind of meant more for like Walmart and the like, you know, shops like Walmart, because he's been so crazy popular. It really is. It really shows you how good of like a mold he is, that people are going nuts for an A-level figure. I still disagree with the concept of the A-level figure though, just because, well, if the figure sucks, then we're kind of stuck with it for a while. I don't know if you guys saw that Orion Pax figure, but whew, that thing is rough. Oh. Why can't come on. Give us a level Megatron and Starscream Hasbro. Yeah. Yeah. Just like, that's the other thing. It's always Optimus and Bumblebee. Hey, that's the other thing. And it's like, I love those guys, but at the same time, they're not the only iconic Transformers characters. Okay, Bumblebee's head does not want to go up. There we go. Is it a stress mark? No, it's a sprue mark or something. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly finish transforming this guy. Sorry, I had to put him up close to my face, but I really wanted to see what I was doing here. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Gotcha, B. Space Jam D. All right, so there we go. Okay. That's like I've noticed with Ada. The sprues are kind of insane how prominent they are on all figures. I wonder if it's something to do with the plastic quality, because it is a different feeling plastic than a lot of Legacy. It's like, because a lot of Transformers, they've had like different plastic quality feel across different eras, and sometimes it's like Thrilling 30 for me was the worst era. Thrilling 30 and Combiner Wars were for me the worst era of plastic quality for Transformers. Just very cheap, very jangly, and just way, like, I swear to God, every kind of figure during the any knees during the Thrilling 30 era, or especially Titan's Return, those knees just wanted to die. Like, I love Titan's Return, but that plastic quality, man, oof. And then during sort of, you started to see that plastic kind of die off come, where's his Bumblebee? There it is. you started to see that plastic quality die off during Siege age with, like I think Optimus was still made during when that era was kind of the default. Oh, but I like the plastic quality during Legacy. But I do notice with Power of the Age of the Primes, I think because it's the plastic has been a lot bulkier, which in some regards is really nice. But also I do notice, I have noticed a little bit more sprue, which isn't necessarily like the worst thing ever, but you know, that does, it is a little bit like, it does feel a little bit cheeky that you're that you are getting like sort of much more the kind of things you'd get out of a model kit, you know, sprue bits and all that, for something that's, you know, a pre-made action figure, where in theory you shouldn't have to worry about that kind of thing. Okay, question. How the hell did I get this guy's stupid backpack under order? That's how. Okay. Think like this. And then I think what I did is I wrapped the backpack around. No. Okay, and where did I put these arms? There we go. Oh no, some of it is so much, even to figure detriment, like sprue marks. Like, look at Soul Sun, why she had so many problems. Oh my god, Soul's Prime. Oh, that figure. I got off lucky with that figure, but man, the problems with that figure. That ankle, the sprue, just... It is a rough... She is a rough one. I know, what's his face? Dr. Lockdown. I love his videos. He really likes that figure. But I think it's still a heavily flawed figure. I know he likes it because, you know, minimizes backpack for a female Transformer, but one, just the problems, and two, it turns into nothing, essentially. Like, one half is a car, and then the other half is the legs. I like that figure, and I get what he's trying to say, but I do think it's cold in here, sniffly. All right, okay, let's finish up here and then get it going. Please subscribe, everybody. I stream quite often, and also any and all super chats will be featured in the eventual video. All right. God, so many bees. So many bees. So, all right. Okay, there we go. Three bees. I need to go and finish up this real quick. Go away, classics. We love you, but also not right now. Just need to film some miscellaneous shots with these guys, but I definitely think out of all of them, Devastation is the winner. It's just the most articulate. It's just the articulation feels good. The robot mode looks the best. Transformation feels really nice, and the alt mode is my favorite. Earthrise following not too far behind, and 86 sadly is the worst, and he just fell. Let's get a side profile view, because oh my god, yeah. We're talking about the backpacks looking a lot nicer on Devastation, but like
Yeah, no, that is significantly improved. I almost forgot. I need to do my stupid little dab test for all of them. So let's get the dab in. Okay. All right. Earthrise B. Decent, not the best. 80 Studio Series 86B. Not looking good. Also, I lied. 86 does not have an app crunch. Got it. 86B. Terrible dab. That looks more confused. All right, Devastation B. How's your dab? And then a little bit of this. Ah, yeah. Quality. Quality. Quality dabbage. Good. Quality dabbage. Just, yeah. Yeah, Devastation. Definitely the best of the bunch. Just a lot more maneuverable, a lot more natural looking. Yeah. Why is Earthrise bending his ass like that? Cause I can. I like when I do this silly little dab test. It's kind of my way of testing out all the articulation. It's dumb, I know, but it's what I like to do. But yeah, definitely pick up the Devastation Beast sometime. It's not the most expensive. I think it is a shame that we had those stupid price increases. Excuse me. But I will say it is a pretty good little price for 28 bucks. So definitely pick it up sometime, have fun, and yeah. And with that, inferior figure, yeah, I know. So yeah, I definitely think I'll definitely pick up Devastation Beast sometime. I definitely think he is the king of the bees. I'm gonna give him back his gun. That's another thing also. I didn't really go over the guns much just because they're all like rinky-dink pistols. Although Bumblebee has Earthrise has Bumblebee's has Cliffjumper's bazooka, which kind of cool, but that's Cliffjumper's. Over and engineered to its detriment for 86? I think so. Oh, and also, I think, again, they were thinking of like, oh, we should have it be a mold we can also do for bumper and hubcap, and that logic also didn't really work out. Sometimes it's good to just plan it for one robot. Get one robot very much. Alright, so thank you everybody for tuning in. I'll see you all later. Have a nice day. Peace. Please subscribe. Thank you so much.